What's up, baddies? Good to see you again. Welcome to the third episode of Taking My Shot. We'll be talking about my study abroad experience. I know, my little tourist hat. We got her on. I remember my professor being so mad at me for buying this because it was screaming tourist and it was screaming mug me. Did I return it? No. I think it looks cuter, obviously, now that I'm in New York. Like, it doesn't look cute when you're in London because she's right. It's screaming mug me. It's screaming I'm a target. I'm vulnerable. I'm an American. Before we get into me being so upset and heartbroken that I studied abroad literally a year ago already almost, we're going to take a shot. And yes, I feel like this is the most appropriate time to use my fucking London shot glass. So that's what we're doing. I'm excited. And actually, I made the shot pink, guys. You're probably wondering what's in it that's pink. Keep guessing, because we're going to make you guess. Can you see that? It literally matches everything. Like, it matches my aura. I would assume my aura would look like this. I mean, you let me know in the comments below if that's what it gives. Oh my god, look at that. We should just keep admiring that. Don't look at my nails. Holy shit. I'm, like, showing you guys my nails intensely. They look so fucking bad. I ripped them off literally all day while I was waiting for the dentist. So disregard. Cheers to this episode. Cheers to everyone who's ever studied abroad, because I know how overwhelming and intense that could be. And kudos to you. And even if you haven't studied abroad, even if you've never even been abroad, cheers to you. Cheers to us, because we're going to be talking about it. And we're going to talk about how it influenced me and why you should study abroad as well. Or if you're already graduated, why you should just go abroad for a long period of time and not just for a vacation. Cheers to that. That was a long ass toast. Sorry about that, guys. Let's get my lime ready because we all know how I am without my lime. Okay. Wow, I feel the tequila going through my fucking veins. Like, it just gave me the chills. I literally feel it coursing through my body. So let's get started. The Knicks beat the Spurs, thank God, and they beat them by like a pretty good score. I think they won. It was 114-89. I believe, if I'm not wrong. So the Knicks won by a good amount, not just by a point or two, which a win is a win, of course, but winning by a long shot is always better because anti-Knicksers can't talk shit. Well, of course they can, and they always will, but you can have more of an argument as a Knick fan to, counteract that hate. Thank God we can finally start a episode with a win. Let's get into what today's episode is about. Why am I wearing my tourist UK hat? So let's get into it. The baddie energy is pending. I've been going to the gym a lot, ready for that summer body. I am ready to indulge in summer. That's really about it. Like, I love a good beanie look, but like for this to turn into a freaking bandana with a little bikini top, like, I beg, please. I'm waiting for that look. I eat that look up every time. If you saw my Miami post, you would know. Anyways, whatever. So in May, I studied abroad in London, and it wasn't a typical study abroad program. From my understanding, most study abroad programs are about 2 to 3 months, maybe 4, depending on your semester length, and you're just going to school. Most of them, like, some of them do differ, but especially the ones from FIT that I'm aware of, it's that length is during a normal semester, either spring or fall, and you just go to school just like you would in New York. You have your classes. You have to find your own dorming or apartment situation usually. Again, I didn't do those programs, so I don't know anything fully about it. But my program was one of its own. One of a kind, one of one. So I guess that's why I was, drawn to it. It was the only study abroad program that had an internship connected to it. So for me, obviously, any study abroad experience is amazing. For your professional life, for your personal life, for really, it's a well-rounded experience for everything. But once I saw, like, there's a work experience attached to this, I was like, okay, like, this seals the deal. One, I'm traveling. Even though it may not be, like, a vacation, I'm still traveling, and I'm gonna go out. Obviously, I'm too hot not to. And I'm gonna make a good experience out of it. And then I was like, and two, like, working. I'm sorry, we have the rest of our lives to work, so we might as well get used to the work-life balance. I know some people say that doesn't exist, but I refuse for it not to exist because I like to work, and I also like to go out. So they're gonna have to be a balance, especially when it was that study abroad program. I was like, oh my god, that's so dope. Like, I could literally practice a work-life balance just in a different country. Like, how sick. So, and also just all the other things that comes with it, like learning, different cultures, learning different work environments. That doesn't include New York. I've never been to London. I don't think anyone in my family besides maybe my aunt has been to London. Anyways, I was super excited and I was popping my European cherry. I've never been to Europe. And so I was freaking ecstatic. Like, when I got accepted, I remember I was with Angelina. Like, that bitch is just, we're soul tied. I was with my best friend Angelina and I got the email and I was literally jumping up and down. Like, it was just a surreal moment for me, and I made sure that I had to get myself there financially, emotionally, physically, all of the above, and I did it. So it was a great monumental moment for me. But let's get into the juice. Like, no one really gives a fuck about my personal growth. Like, let's talk about what the hell happened and is it worth it? Is it worth taking money out? Is it worth stressing your family out? You're in a different country? Is it worth the time difference, the jet lag? You're going to find out. So the way it worked with this internship is that you had to apply, obviously. So we had an interview, everything. They wanted to make sure that we had outgoing personalities and that we were, I guess, good enough to be brought to London, because this program has been in place for a good amount of time now. So it definitely has a good rep. So they obviously don't want to embarrass themselves or embarrass FIT as a whole. So I got accepted, as I said before, and I was freaking ecstatic. Like, I knew that I had to put my best foot forward. I was doing research on the internships, and I automatically saw Burberry. And I was like, oh my God, Burberry. Like, I need to be a Burberry. Like, it's Burberry. Like, I have some Burberry vintage pieces. Like, who doesn't love Burberry? It's fucking Burberry. I think my top choices were Burberry, Michael Kors. I forgot the other top, because you're allowed to pick, like, your top 3 or something. I forgot exactly top 3 or top 5. But I know my top 2 were, like, interchangeable with Michael Kors and Burberry. And I wanted to be in the PR department. And I think the one that I ended up getting, Marks and Spencer's, was, like, my 4th pick or 3rd pick. Like, I don't remember in the order exactly, but it wasn't my last one and it wasn't my first one. I remember that. Like, I remember just not really knowing what Marks and Spencer's was, because there isn't one in the States. And being like, then I would do research on it, and it kind of just gave me a target. And which is not what it's like at all. Before the Brits get offended by that. Like, it's not like that at all. But that's what I thought. As an American and having no knowledge, no experience, that's what I thought it was. Because that's what it looked like, and that's what Google showed me. So when I got that internship, like, you obviously apply for the study abroad program first, and then after you have a few meetings, you do research on which company you want to get, and then once each company picks a student, you figure out what company you get. You get all the information afterwards where your placement is at. So I found that I was at Marks and Spencer's food and beverage. I knew I didn't want to be in the fashion department because it was kind of giving, like, visual merchandiser, and that's definitely not what I want to do. Like, nothing against virtual merchandisers. It's just, when I was in fashion business management for my associate's degree, that's something I definitely knew I didn't want to do. I was just like, it's way too boring for me. It just was not my forte, not for me. So that's what Marks and Spencer's clothing was giving, or the retail side. So I was like, definitely not. And then I saw the food and beverage side where there was like liquor, and obviously they do like catering events. Like, it's more hospitality vibe, I guess. So I was drawn to that, of course, because I bartend. So I remember putting that down, but not really knowing what it was and kind of assuming I wouldn't get that one because I wasn't super excited about it. But I was wrong. So I get the email that Marks and Spencer's accepts me. And I wasn't mad, of course not. Like, I'm going to London and I'm working and I have something to put on my resume to show for it. Like, who could really be mad about that? Like, you're kind of miserable if you're going to complain about that. But I was a little upset because I didn't know what to expect, and I was so set on, I think I was set on more Michael Kors than Burberry, because I remember Michael Kors reaching back out to me and was like, oh, can you send us a video of, like, your personality and this, and this to see if you're a good fit. So they sent out almost like send me a little personality vid, and get to know you, 30-second clip. So I did that, and I guess she didn't like me because I didn't get it. So I thought after that, I was like, okay, sick. I got a Michael Kors PR internship, and from the past girls, I've heard great things about that internship, and obviously it's Michael Kors, and also Michael Kors, fun fact, went to FIT, so, like, how dope. But I didn't get it, which everything happens for a reason. Like, again, hindsight, I'm very happy everything happened the way it did. So I find out it's M&S. I started doing a lot of research. I started reaching out to my mentor who's going to be there. I was on the PR team because I wanted to do public relations. I was very nervous because, again, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it was like a Target, a Trader Joe's, a Whole Foods, like what to compare it to whatever's here. And honestly, it's incomparable. Incomparable, whatever the fuck. It's not comparable. Let me just speak like that before I start getting roasted for my English. You can't compare really any of those. I feel like if you really had to explain M&S, it's like Trader Joe's and Whole Foods have a baby, but the baby's more posh and polite, I guess. I don't even know if that's even correct, but it's very hard to kind of pinpoint. It has like the personality and the spunkiness of Trader Joe's and like the fun aspect of it from Trader Joe's, but it also has like the quality and like the status to it. I feel like Trader Joe's is a little bit of a status to it, but I feel like it's more hipster, young, Gen Z, millennial vibe. It's not so much like, oh, you got money. Like, no, it's like, oh, you go shopping and you have fun while doing it. And that's definitely, my whole nipples about to pop out. Like, can we not? That's definitely what M&S gives. It tries to give a shopping experience, and it tries to curate an enjoyable one for their consumers. So let's talk about my actual internship. What I did. I loved it. Like, this is why I say, like, I don't regret getting it at all. And I'm so happy that Burberry didn't want me and that Michael Kors hated my personality, because boy did M&S love me and I love them right back. It was such a healthy, reciprocated relationship. It was so good. I worked my ass off. So how this study abroad program happened, Monday, Fridays were in school, this was a summer program. I don't think I even fucking mentioned that. My ADHD and this tequila is clearly not a good combination. It was a summer internship program. So like I was saying before, most study abroad programs are 3 to 4 months, like a normal semester term. And this one was only for a month. So I was only there end of May to end of June. So I was still there for a good amount of time. Like, don't get me wrong. A month out of the country still will do something to you, but it's nothing like 3 months, 4 months. Like, are you kidding? Like, nothing like that. But that's why I knew. I was like, okay, like, one, I'm getting something on my resume, because, like, that's literally priceless. Two, it's only a month, so financially it's okay. Work could spare me for a month. That's also something I had to think about. Like, I can't just request off 4 months out of the year, because my job would be like, huh? Like, even though it is school, like, they would get over it eventually. I just didn't want to take that much of a pay cut as well. And it was in the summer. I feel like London is known for being gray, cloudy, dark, and dreary, gloomy, rainy. And May, June, like, those are probably the more nicer months to go. And in the beginning, it was still dreary, but we ended up running into a freaking heat wave. So I kind of had like the best of both worlds, like a summer hot vacation vibe. And then I also had like the chill, normal England weather. So I ended up being, not to like toot my own horn here, but I ended up being the best intern they said they ever had. Like, I'm about to cry, like, thinking about the experience. But what did I do? Before I start gassing myself, what did I even do that made me the best internship there? That made me the best intern at that internship? Well, I was, like I said, PR, so I didn't know what she wanted me to do. Like, the first few days, she just had me going through newspapers and kind of pointing out where M&S was pointed out in the Daily Mail, and, like, I forgot what their other papers are for, so that's what they had me doing initially. And again, like, busy work is usually intern work, so I was okay with taking that project on. But then I was talking to her, I was like, oh, well, I'm really interested in this, and this. Like, what I liked about my mentor is that she made sure that I connected with almost everyone in the office, even if I wasn't supposed to be trained under them, because I was assigned this one person. But I literally talked to almost every single, like, head of whatever there. And it made me kind of understand everyone's roles, the difference, but also to kind of understand where I wanted to be. Like, let's say I wanted to work at a company like this or this actual company. What jobs do they have? What are they doing? Like, how many people are working for them? Is it more of a collective? Is it more of a hierarchy? Like, kind of just understanding the workplace dynamic was super important for me. And which is definitely one of the main reasons for that program, is to understand work culture differences, all of that. And in the workspace, it's very important because, one, you're making money, and two, I think it's great because if I want to have a job in London or really anywhere abroad, I'm already accustomed to London's work style, and let's say it was a different place in the world, I could understand that there's going to be differences and maybe educate myself before diving into that and understanding that London was much different than the States, and which people compare them very similarly when it comes to like people, culture, fashion, like all that stuff. New York and London can compare it a lot. Prices very similar. Anyway, so I remember telling a lot of the girls that it was mostly women, but a few men. I remember telling most of the women, which also was very refreshing to have a freaking office like dominated by women. Like I remember just being like, and no competitiveness. That was another thing that I took away from the UK. Like there's so much less competitiveness. Definitely could have been my workplace because I wasn't at a designer showroom, and I wasn't at one of the biggest fashion houses in the world. It was definitely like M&S is definitely very successful. Don't get me wrong, but you're not working with like cashmere. Like it's a little. I mean, maybe they have cashmere in the retail department. I don't want to undercut them with that, but it's a little different. You know what I mean? You're not working with $1,000 like garments. It's definitely very different. You're working with food, so you have a little bit more creativity and flexibility to put your personality into your work, which I'm always a fan of, obviously. So they had me doing that busy work with the newspaper, and I remember just kind of mentioning to every single person I was connecting with, I was like, I'm very interested in celebrity PR and preferably athletes, but I kind of knew that like, okay, I'm not sure if M&S is working with athletes, so I don't want to lead with I want to work with athletes and just cut myself short on that. So that's why I'm still kind of figuring out what avenue, but I also don't want to put myself in a cage per se and not be flexible with that. But I told everyone, I really truly believe like I keep like these straps. I'm never wearing this freaking dress on this podcast again, but I truly believe, and if you take anything away from me in this podcast or whatever, closed mouths don't get fed. Open your damn mouth. Like, open your mouth, and whether you're called annoying for it, you're called annoying for it. At least you're annoying with the job that you want. At least you're annoying with the connections that you need. It's like, I don't think it's annoying, but I think that's why some people get scared to open up their mouth because they're afraid that they'll be perceived as annoying. When it's like, one, as I said in the first episode, embarrassment is self-made emotion. Stop feeling it. It doesn't exist. You're literally pretending that someone else is feeling that way about you. So stop feeling that way, and poof, it's gone. Two, this is your job, so why are you living for other people when it's literally your job? Like, you think they're going to pay your bills because you're scared? No. Get over it. Get the money. Get the position. Pay your bills. And that's it. Three, even if you don't, let's say, get the outcome that you particularly wanted, like let's say you wanted to get that internship, that connection, that whatever, let's say you didn't get it, it shows the person that is in charge or whoever that you were working under or working with that you have that determination, that drive to propel forward. Whether you did or not in that particular instance is okay. It's all trial and error, and at the end of the day, you just exercised a really good skill. Like, you're exercising how to speak up for yourself, and practice makes perfect. If you continue doing that, it's going to come like second nature, and it's not ever going to feel awkward to you. Like, for me, it stopped feeling awkward. Like, I'm helping myself out. You got to look out for yourself, because who else is going to? No one. Put the pedal to the metal and let's get it rolling, So I made sure I did that. I told all my mentors and a few of the other women I was working with, I was like, I really want to be in PR, like celebrity PR, just representation. I want to work with even events. I literally just throw me into all of it and I'll do it. Like, I'll even work overtime. Like, I'll stay late. I'll come early. Like, I don't care. I was literally there 3 days a week. Like, I work more at home. Like, overwork me. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm literally in London. Like, there's nothing I don't want to do. So I was just very energetic and persistent with that energy, but respectful too. Like, there's a fine line with being persistent and annoying. Like, I know I'm just kind of like contradicting myself because I just said before, like, be annoying, but also read the room. I think, again, kind of a contradiction, but read the room. Like, if you're in a room full of people that are way higher than you, and it's just, I don't know, like, you just sense the vibe where you shouldn't speak up, like shut your mouth. So know when to shut your mouth, but also know when to open your mouth. Again, a little bit of a contradiction, but it's just kind of something Like, I know when to not vocalize for myself, like, okay, this is obviously not the time for me to ask for an internship because someone's getting fired or someone's getting reprimanded or the boss should maybe in a bad mood. Like, it's, for whatever cases, maybe just read the room. Like, sometimes it's a really good opportunity. It's like, no, nothing's really happening. kind of sneak your way in there of like, hey, if you ever need extra hands, always cater it in that way too. Like present it to them in a way where it's like, how can I help you, not how you help me. Me helping you is how you're gonna help me, so let me help you in any way possible. And then it's kind of a, you know, a tit for tat. So make it about them. It like people always will listen if it's about them. I've learned that. Or just about their business, how you could, you know, help their business, increase their business in whatever way. So not only did I travel to London and was working there, and my professors brought us to Brighton Beach. We went to a few of the palaces. We did definitely a lot of touristy stuff, like obviously Big Ben. What is it? The Eye of London. The some shit of the eye. Something with an eye. It's like a Ferris wheel. That's like iconic Eye of London. I'm so sorry. Tower Bridge. All of those. I'm acting like I wasn't there, but I swear I was. Picture proof. Definitely. Yes, we do all the touristy stuff, but I would definitely also recommend traveling. So the way that they had it set up, like I said before, 2 days during school, Monday, Friday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday was all day internship working. And then, you know, you can do whatever after, but as long as you were at work the next morning, my professors didn't care. So on the weekends, you can do whatever you want. You can either just flock around in, you know, in London and just frolic around London if you want, or you could travel. So I was like, yo, I have not been to Europe. Your girl's traveling. So where did I go? Obviously, yeah, I went to Paris. Oh my god, like Paris was freaking phenomenal. And we're gonna talk about Paris very, very quickly. But Paris, I ended up going when Saint Germain, the soccer team, or sorry, the football team. I'm gonna speak correctly. Their football team, Saint Germain, I believe is what it's called, which is one of my favorite spritzes. So coincidence. But Saint Germain, they were playing against Italy. I don't know what that team is called exactly, just because I didn't see the jerseys. I saw the Saint Germain jerseys everywhere, obviously, because I was in Paris. But they were playing Italy, so like a very intense rivalry and very intense matchup. And I think it was the championship, and they won. So witnessing Europeans win a soccer game, a football game, is definitely one in the books. Like, kid you not, every other corner was on fire. Like, flames. If I have a video, I will definitely insert it. Like, flames. Like, lit up in flames every other corner. I thought New York was bad. I mean, I haven't seen the Knicks win in New York yet. Like, honestly, I was kind of trying to manifest that energy to New York. But, of course, the Knicks had to lose. But I was like, okay, like, if New York was to win, like, the championship, like, the Knicks, I think they would go crazy just as, like, this. But this was something crazy. Like, it was so intense that all the Ubers we were calling were canceling on us because they thought we were crazy crackheads, like go into their car and start screaming and throwing shit, letting shit on fire. Like it was so intense. And me and my homegirls, like we were just trying to be tourists and take pictures next to the Eiffel Tower. Like we were just trying to do these basic Paris things. And I will never forget, the tube was so full in Paris, like their subway, that one of them was banging on the door or like the little window that like, you could pretty much see all the people, and it fell. It literally disconnected and fell. So there was no window. And like you could imagine, like if you take in the New York subways, like it's one of those big windows where you like see like the buildings and everything. So like that's crazy. Like I can't imagine the ventilation that was happening while the train was going through. But I walked away because I was like, there's no way I'm entering that. What? And I'm sorry, Frenchmen also don't wear deodorant. So you're wild if you think I'm walking into a train shoulder to shoulder and none of y'all got deodorant on you. I know for a fact. I can smell you guys from here. So I was not a fan of that. But that was definitely an experience. Paris one is just freaking beautiful on its own, and the shopping was iconic. Of course I got some vintage designer. But I would recommend that if you're going to Paris, just make sure that there's not a major game. Because that was intense. That was crazy. If I was in Paris for like a week, it would not have been a big deal. But I was only there for 2.5 days. So one out of those days was so chaotic. And the day before that was completely opposite. It was like romantic Paris and, glamorizing it and romanticizing your life while walking the streets. And then the next day, I'm running away from these men shirtless, chasing me with a freaking fire stick. Like, kid you not. Literally. So take that advice with whatever you want to, resonate with. But Amsterdam, let's talk about Amsterdam. That was another place I freaking visited, and favorite place I've ever been in my freaking life. Like, favorite place I've been to. Like, please spread my ashes there. Like, I was obsessed. Like, of course I smoked a joint. I had a few edibles. I even had mints that were like THC. Like I bought everything THC possible. I'm definitely gonna be back. Like I want to stay on the canal so bad, like do an Airbnb on the canal. So touristy probably, but I did a boat ride on the canal and it was stunning. I saw the freaking little Airbnbs on the water and I was like, yeah, that's where I need to be. I don't give a fuck how much it is. Just take my card. So let's get into the do's and don'ts. Oh, in Amsterdam, by the way, phenomenal food. Paris, the food was good. I honestly don't think I ate a lot in Paris. I did so much shopping. I know it sounds crazy, but I think at most, me and my friend and I just had wine and charcuterie. Like, there was not much, and coffee, and croissants, and carbs. Like, there wasn't really, like, a sit-down four-course meal. It was more charcuteries, coffees, and shopping. A lot of vintage designer. Like, that was my meal. I wasn't eating because I was spending hundreds on my vintage designer, which I'm not mad at. Free will at its finest. So, in Amsterdam, the best food I've had in my life. London food, very mid. The only time I had really good London food was the sushi spot in Maida Vale. But besides that, London food I don't recommend. I recommend literally everything but the food in London. And it's also so expensive for it to be so mid. Like, at least New York, it's expensive. But, like, if you find the good spots, you find the good spots. And you can't be mad at it, you know? With London, you're extremely pissed. Because you're just like, why did I pay for it? Dog shit. But anyways, let's go into do's and don'ts, because I feel like I'm already going to do's and don'ts before the do's and don'ts part. So, let's get into the don'ts. Let's start into the negative energy so we can leave with the positive energy, you know? Don't. So this is kind of a personal thing, but I'm going to share it with you guys, and you take it with a grain of salt, a heap of salt, a whole cup of salt. Whatever you want to take it with, you're going to take it like that. Don't. Right here I wrote down, don't run down the stairs. So this is what happened. You're obviously going to go down a few freaking flights of stairs, so it's not something you should avoid. But I busted the hardest ass in my life in London. Like, I've never felt that hard, ever. Like, even I feel like in my toddler years, I probably have not felt that hard the way I felt on my first night going out in London. Like, it was insane. May I add, completely sober. And wearing boots. Flat boots. No heel, no wedge. Boots. Like leather boots. Like what men wear. Like normal. Like nothing restricting, to be honest. Like nothing that I should blame. You know what I mean? You know, when you're wearing heels and you're like, I just fell, but I'm wearing heels. No. It was completely my fault. So, we're going down the stairs. It literally happened like lightning, like striking a tree. Happened so quickly. Before I know it, I'm somersaulting down the freaking stairs. Like, when I kid you not, somersaulting. It was one of these bad boys where it was like a stairway this way and then kind of like a stairway that way. So it was like a this type of moment and like a this type of moment, you know? I'm coming up here. And I just remember hearing it, and as mentioned in probably all my other episodes and all my other future episodes, I have been doing martial arts my whole life, so I did tuck and roll. Like, I didn't, like, I know how to fall, if that makes sense, because I was just trained how to flip people and how to get flipped and not have your head crack open. So I didn't scratch my face. Like, my face was not a scratch on it, not a bruise on it. My face was fine. I had a few scratches on my hands, but, like, my face, untouched. But literally, chin to chest, innate motion. I did not even think about it. And I was like armadilloed it. Literally armadilloed through the whole bar's staircase. To the point where the security guard ran to me and she was like, oh my God, honey, are you okay? And I literally had to, like, lock in and look at her and be like, I'm totally fine. I am so sorry. I am completely sober. If you want me to leave, I will. Like, I was so willing to kick myself out because I was like, I'm not that drunk girl that just fell. I have, like, asked the bartender, I have not even gotten a drink in this establishment. Like, it's not me. I mean, it's not the liquor. Like, I can handle my liquor. It's literally just me being clumsy. But once that she saw, like, I hopped up, like, it wasn't like a stumble and like a, help me up. Hell no, bitch. I stumbled and almost like it was a whole part of the act. Like, I got up right away. And I was like, I'm fine. No one saw that. Let's continue the night. Like, completely fine. And then what happens? I look down. Legs gushing. gushing. Like, I've never seen cuts like this in my life. To reiterate, face, perfectly fine. Chest, perfectly fine. I remember having a few cuts on, like, my hands, but, like, they're hands. Like, I bartend like that. I'm used to having random cuts on my hands. But my knees, if you were to see my knees, it looked like someone literally took me from my hair and dragged me this way with my knees just like skidding on the concrete. It was so intense. I was like, I remember not even showing my mother because I was like, oh great, my first freaking night out in London, your girl got busted open, like, and not in a good way. So I was like, yeah, my mother didn't know about this. Like, not like there was a police report or anything. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. I just fell. Eventually, I told her the picture, and I was like, yeah, this happened the first week. And these are the bruises now. But because it was so intense, the cuts and everything, like, I had to go back and be like, do you have a Band-Aid? Like, not that I want to bother that bar anymore, but it was so bad, the cuts. And I think we were out in Soho. We go to the bar, and then I ended up having to do a whole incident report. My name, address, like, my whole freaking information. My social security might as well be on there. And how I felt. So I'm just like, oh my God, are you going to call someone? Like, I was more worried about my professor knowing than my mom. They were going to bug out and be like, you shouldn't go out the rest of the night. And it's like, bitch, I can go out. I just fell. Have you ever fell? I just fell. So I was scared of them finding out more than my freaking family. Oh my God. This is probably the most important one that actually makes sense. Make sure you are gorilla gripping your phone. Like, you better be phoning like this. Like, you see that? Like, 4 down here, gripping. Like, you should have a freaking Charlie horse in your hand, how hard you're gripping your phone. If not that, don't even bring your phone out. There was 3 girls in my program who got their phone stolen. 3. And, like, they warned us in the beginning of the program, like, oh, be careful of thieves, pickpocketers, whatever. But one were from New York, so I don't think we took it super seriously because it's like, we're not like we're coming from bumfuck Nebraska. We really didn't think anything of London being worse or more dangerous in any aspects. Bro, 3 of my friends got their phone stolen. One was my roommate, where, like, literally a girl opened up her zipper in her bag and picked it out of her bag. So that's why I always say gorilla grip. But even with the gorilla gripping, make sure you have, like, a wristband around it. Like, I had a wristband and gorilla gripped it. Like, I was double timing that shit. Like, you ain't catching me lacking ever. The 3rd girl, oh my God, my best friend, bro. Long story short, we were out in Soho. We were walking around. She literally had her phone up for the directions. Like, she was like this. She wasn't, like, dilly-dallying. Like, again, she wasn't gorilla gripping it. That was my fault. I should have been on the gorilla grip watch. And I was also next to her, so we really didn't assume anything. Literally, boom. And we're like, I blinked and her phone was gone. And then we literally end up chasing the guy, which in hindsight isn't smart. Like, he could have killed us both. But again, we're here. But yeah, we ended up chasing him in my vintage Dior's. Yes, I was chasing him with my best friend because I was like, yo, you just stole her fucking phone. In hindsight, obviously not safe, but I would want someone to chase for my phone too. Like, if my friend didn't chase after my phone with me, like, are you a real friend? Anyways, don't rely on restaurants. I think I said this before. Like, the food in London is so mad. Unless you go to this one sushi spot in Maida Vale. If you want to know it, hit me up because I don't know the name of it on top of my head. But I definitely have it in my list. And it was bomb. It was so good. Probably the best food I had in London. And I waited for, like, the last week to try it. Because one of my regulars from my job actually recommended it. Shout out to you, Pri. But it was phenomenal. And maybe it was phenomenal because I had trash food that whole month while I was staying there. But I'm such a sushi girly. So I was so happy and in my element that I had good sushi. So don't rely on restaurants. What me and my flat did for the most part was just cooking everything. I mean, for breakfast, I always, like, had, like, yogurt or a bagel or something, like a bacon, egg, and cheese. But most of the nights I just cooked. Like, I'm a big restaurant girly. So I definitely went out a lot for the culture part and for just the experience part. Like, I just love going out to eat and going out for drinks. So I think I went more out for drinks. But my flat was, like, the cooking flat. Like, we always cook. Because I was like, yo, this food is trash. And the groceries in London are very, very inexpensive. I would say the only expensive things are, like, the lifestyle things. Like, clothes, coffee, restaurants, stuff like that. But, like, grocery stores, very inexpensive. Okay, the last do not bike. Especially if you're just not that good at biking. Because there's different rules of the road. And there's different right-of-ways. My friend literally got hit by a car. Let's stop beating around the bush. She literally got hit by a car. So there's different right of ways. There's different just driving rules in general. Like I remember when I was crossing the street even, they would almost like speed up to hit me. Like I don't have the right of way like I do in New York. So you do your research, and like I know I'm not the best biker, so I knew my ass wasn't going on a bike. But for some reason, I guess these girls wanted to go biking, which whatever. Like it's cute, funsy. Like I'm not judging that. But the shorty got hit by a freaking car. Let's end it on the don'ts. The do's. Let's be positive. The do's. Okay. Tourist stuff, like I said before. Big Ben, Tower Bridge, Buckingham Palace. Like, all that stuff. Borough Market. Like, just do it. Like, it's... Get it done the first week, the first 2 weeks. Just do it. Just say you did it. Because Big Ben was beautiful. They also called it the Elizabeth Tower. I forgot which is which. I did a whole history lesson on it. But they also worship my name, which, you know... It's beautiful because I used to hate my name, fun fact. I also hate when people call me Liz, another fun fact. But I used to hate my name. It just felt so old. But I've turned that into, it's just classy. And I love it. I love my name. I love me. So my name's Worship there, which I freaking love. And go to the box. Apparently the box in London is better than the one in New York. I've never been to the one in New York, which is weird because I live in New York. But the one in London was phenomenal. So if you're a freak and you love going out, go to the box in London. It's kind of hard to get in, but if there's a will, there's a way. And if you're hot, there's definitely a way. So do what you gotta do, girl. Number 2, thrift. Oh my God, the thrifting there. I literally, if you're studying abroad or if you're just traveling there and you know, like you saved, I saved up a lot of money intentionally for shopping. So I literally had an empty carry-on. Biggest advice if you're studying abroad for a long period of time, empty carry-on. The places I remember was Brick Lane, I shopped at, and Piccadilly Market. Piccadillo Market. Yeah. Portobello Market. Oh my God, Piccadillo. Isn't that like a freaking sandwich? Portobello Market. Isn't that like a mushroom? I don't know if I'm speaking correctly, but definitely Brick Lane. And I think it's called Portobello Market. The thrifting there is insane. Empty carry-on, for sure. Brick Lane and Portobello Market. Those are the 2 that I would recommend. That's all I can think on the top of my head. But if Brick Lane, I remember there was just like a flood of thrift stores back to back to back. So that was super dope. And then Portobello Market is kind of like a flea market. It's in the name. Like they have digis, they have food, like they have so much stuff. So it's more immersive than just kind of... Brick Lane kind of gives like a Brooklyn vibe, where it's just like cute little mom and pops and vendors and pop-ups here and there. But Portobello Market is like a flea market. Like literally there's something for everyone. So, but that's also where my friend got her phone stolen. So these very kitschy, trendy areas, the thieves know. And the thieves know which girlie saved up for a vintage Dior bag. So please be careful. Musicals. Oh my God, please go to the West End and watch some musicals. I ended up seeing 5 musicals. So the pre-bought tickets was Wicked and Devil Wears Prada. Amazing. I wanted to see Phantom of the Opera. There's a lot more I wanted to see, but I was like, okay, like, I only got so much to spend. So, but I do like spending money more on experiences. So that's why I definitely honed in on the musical. Lastly, for the dues, I would definitely say take the bus over the tube, as they call it, or the subway, the train. I think in New York, it's kind of the opposite. Like, if you want to get somewhere more efficient and faster, definitely take the trains. Do not take the MTA bus, because it will literally skip your stop 20 times. It will pretend it's coming and it won't ever. Me and the bus just have a very complicated relationship. I hate the bus in New York. So I was very hesitant to take the bus in London, but oh my God, the difference. First of all, it's a double-decker. Like, maybe because I'm not from there, so I'm not used to it. I thought it was so cool, the double-deckers. So, and 2, they come on time. They're so much faster. They're cleaner. You get a little view of the city as well when, you know, you don't know where you're at. Definitely bus over trains in London. Train over bus in New York. All the way. Overall, studying abroad, I would recommend to everyone and their mothers, because you can travel abroad really whenever you want to, but when you're studying abroad, you're learning it from a perspective where it's like, okay, how am I going to be entering the workspace and respecting everyone's culture around me and being very cognizant of what you're doing around other people, and especially if you want to work there eventually, so you want to have a good first impression and stand out, and not in an obnoxious American way, and like a good I remember her way. So it's hard to kind of do both or find the middleman, I guess. It's definitely changed my perspective and everything. Like, I think, first of all, when you travel the world, whether it's for studying or vacational purposes, you understand that it's not just you. And it makes your perspective much broader. It makes you appreciate what you got, especially me being from the States and overall in New York. Like, telling people I was from New York, like, everyone wants to be where I'm at. So I think it kind of solidified that. Like, obviously, I knew that. I don't live under a fucking rock where it's like, okay, like, I obviously know New York is like the city of dreams and everyone dreams of coming here. And, but actually hearing it for yourself and telling people you're from New York and people being like, it really just always made me like practice gratitude. Like, almost every second on that trip before I went to bed, especially practicing gratitude, journaling. Like, I'm so grateful for my life. I was so grateful that I was one studying abroad, but two that like I'm from New York, and just learning the customs, especially in the workplace, was so valuable for me. So I know I would never feel uncomfortable if I got a job out in the UK. Like, I wouldn't feel like, oh my god, like I don't know anything about it. I do actually, and let me talk about it. There's definitely a study abroad student stereotype, so I'm not trying to emphasize that at all. I think for the most part, maybe just practice gratitude 1,000 times more than I already have been. And it just showed, it gave me the confidence that my personality and my work ethic is transferable wherever, as long as you're respectful and kind. As long as you have those two things, respect, kind, and worth ethic, like there's really not much people can hate on. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. If you're thinking about studying abroad, just do it. You'll come back with so many dope stories to tell your kids and your families, and just please do it for your own sake. You're only young once, so just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. I love you guys so much. Remember, you can follow me at my podcast Instagram, takingmyshot.pod, or my personal Instagram, Elizabeth.Ovalle. And I apologize if you hear my dog barking. I don't know why she's barking, but we're in a New York apartment. What are you going to do about it? Love you guys so much. Today we're talking about a topic that literally makes you want to start crying. Literally makes you want to start crying. And no, we're not talking about my ex relationships again. We're not talking about